Hi, it's Lindsay Carlson here. One of my favorite filmmakers, Rob McCallum, is at it again. This guy's made some great documentaries, including movies and TV series, ranging in subject from everything from video games to He-Man to action figures, and plenty of other stuff as well that I have yet to discover. Rob McCallum's latest film, well, technically it's a series, has just come out. I actually participated in the Kickstarter to get this one made, so that's what we're looking at today. This is Nintendo 64 Quest. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Just a heads up, I did back the Kickstarter, and I received this as a Kickstarter backer. The final retail product may differ from what you see here, because again, this is an edition for Kickstarter backers. For instance, I don't think the unlimited later for sale version is going to have the slip cover, so just throwing that out there. Okay, close up, got a nice Nintendo 64 controller there. Yeah, the most unofficial and unauthorized Nintendo 64 documentary ever. Spine text, spine on the other side of the slipcover. Back cover. One man, 14 days, 296 games, $20,000. No online purchases. Game on. Under the slipcover, we have these, drawn caricatures of Rob McCallum and Jay Bartlett, who of course is the star, plus a lot of Nintendo 64 cartridges. I always love the artwork that Rob does for his documentaries. There's the spine text. Back cover's got a description as well as some other information regarding who's featured in here. Got some screenshots down there, pictures of controllers. You got that little Nintendo 64 Quest cartridge there. I love the way that looks. Yeah, disc 1 is a yellow disc that has a red controller. That includes episodes 1 through 7. Disc 2 has a blue disc with a green controller. That has episodes 8 through 14. Disc 3 has a green background with a sort of magenta colored controller, and that contains the bonus features. I don't know if the commercially sold version that's coming out is going to have the bonus features disc, though. 10 years after Nintendo Quest, super collector Jay Bartlett's back on the hunt. The goal? Find a complete set of Nintendo 64 games. All 296 North American released carts with only 20,000 Canadian dollars and only 14 days to do so. Then he plans to auction off the games with all his proceeds benefiting the Alzheimer's Society in honor of his recently passed mother. Along the way, his lifelong best friend, Rob, not only captures his journey, but also delves into the untold story of Nintendo's most interesting console of all time. Are you game? Directed by multi-award-winning filmmaker Rob McCallum and told across 14 half-hour episodes, Nintendo 64 Quest will make you feel like you're a part of the adventure, collecting alongside Jay, and will revive or further stoke your love for 90s gaming in the most unofficial and unauthorized 64-bit road trip ever. Yeah, whenever there's a new Rob McCallum project of any sort, I usually jump on Kickstarter, and I'm one of the first people to back it, because I always love the work that this guy does. Believe me, I'd rather go watch one of this guy's documentaries or series than any movie that's in theaters or any show that's on TV, because he has a way of reaching his audience. I mean, these are independent films and independent series done right. The thing I absolutely love about everything that Rob makes, he manages to find that balance between appealing to newbies and appealing to diehard fans. Diehard fans, of course, will get a lot out of Nintendo 64 Quest, seeing a lot of the games that they've known and loved over the years. But even if you're a total newbie to the Nintendo 64 or even video gaming in general, Rob has a way of conveying information, giving a lot of history, on the system, everything that went into it, why people love it. There's a lot of interviewees throughout the segments, including people who work for game companies, fans, pop culture icons, and people who run things like YouTube channels and forums. So you definitely learn a lot here. So whether you're new to the Nintendo 64 or you're a veteran who's loved this system for many, many years, we're coming up on the 30-year anniversary, believe it or not, there's going to be something for everyone here. The concept of the Quest, of course, harkens back to Nintendo Quest, which was the movie that first introduced me to Jay Bartlett and Rob McCallum. Instead of being a 90-minute film, this is a 14-episode series, which I think actually works better because it gives it a little more breathing room. I mean, Nintendo Quest, for example, only ran 90 minutes, but there was about 90 minutes of deleted footage, so it does give you an idea of how this might actually be the best approach to a lot of these things that Rob and company like to cover. Throughout the show, they go to a lot of different game stores, negotiate, try to get the best deals, and of course try to locate some of the rarest Nintendo 64 games of all time that were released in North America, and that's no easy task, either as far as finding them goes or as far as the budget goes. I was someone who, of course, grew up with the Nintendo 64. It came out right after I turned 12 years old. My brother and I saved up money to go to Toys R Us and reserve one back in the day, so this will always hold a very important place in my memories. And Jay's quest here, of course, threw me right back into those nostalgia days, whether it was playing one of the great single-player epics like Ocarina of Time or doing full-player multiplayer in a game like GoldenEye. I love the Nintendo 64 and everything that comes along with it, and this was the ultimate nostalgia trip. And one of the best things, too, is getting this collection, selling the games, and doing an auction. It's all for charity, and it goes to benefit Alzheimer's, so it's a great cause as well, so that just further adds to my enjoyment and the overall beneficial nature of this quest. I had a lot of fun watching this one, and if you're a gamer, I think you will as well. This being a fairly recent modern production, of course, it looks great, obviously shot on pretty high quality cameras. The only thing that maybe looks a little rough here is some of the archival footage utilized. Like there's a lot of old commercials and some older gameplay footage, and that's understandable. That's par for the course when you're dealing with stuff like that. Overall, I would say this is a fantastic looking documentary. Rob not only knows how to make compelling, interesting documentaries, but he also knows how to make them look good as well. And that's reflected on this Blu-ray disc release. The bonus disc, again, I'm not sure if that's going to be included in the final retail version or not. Has a lot of great bonus features, including a hometown premiere of the film, a lengthy exit interview between Jay and Rob of sorts after the quest is over, and there's extended interviews as well, including one with Rareware employee David Doak. So there's a lot of interesting stuff on the bonus disc as well that didn't make it into the final cut of the 14 episodes. Being a big-time gamer, I always get giddy when it comes to things like this, and Rob McCallum has certainly delivered another winner with Nintendo 64 Quest. If you love video games, or maybe you're just curious about them, this one will definitely be something that you want to watch. Very highly recommended. How about you? Were you a fan of Nintendo 64 Quest? Have you seen this yet? Are you going to when you get the chance? What was your favorite Nintendo 64 game back in the day? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And be sure to listen and like if you found it helpful. I'm T. Carlson. See you next time.